Hey everyone, welcome back to Eagle Eye Prepping. Today we're diving into some of the most important news stories that impact your prepping journey and help you stay one step ahead. So we'll go ahead and get to it. And I want to just give you a heads up. I have the baby with me. My baby is loud. So if you hear a little noise, don't worry. We will be. There we go. All right. Getting started off on the right foot. So today we're actually going to be looking at the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement website, looking at the news releases and statements. I came across this last night and I was just completely disgusted. You hear a lot of mixed information in the media. Mainstream media just wants to confuse you. But if you take a look at the real stories, these real websites, you'll get a picture of what's really going on. I think it's kind of hilarious because right here it says, call this number to report suspicious activity. Then there's a button here you can click on to report crime. But when you look down in the news releases, this story right here, the very first one, and we're not going to go through all of these, but this very first one just demonstrates how fake all of this stuff is. This is a manufactured crisis, okay? So the headline reads, ERO, which stands for Enforcement and Removal Operations. New York City arrests Venezuelan non-citizen and Tren de Aragua gang member convicted of criminal possession of a firearm. So in summary, right below it, you'll see local jurisdictions twice ignored detainer request and released the criminal non-citizen back into the community without notifying enforcement and removal operations. So the story shows basically this article shows when the person came into the country. It says that he came into the country September 22nd, 2022, El Paso, Texas. And he was released into the United States as an alternative to detention and a condition of parole due to detention capacity at the Central Processing Center in El Paso. But he never reported to the ERO, which again is the enforcement and removal operation. So he was supposed to do something and he just didn't do it. And after that, in June of 2023, he was arrested for shoplifting. And a few days later, he was released. In January of this year, he was also arrested for shoplifting. And he was released a couple days later. And then, this just goes on. And it just goes to show you that there is someone is dropping the ball somewhere, either unknowingly or on purpose. The ERO, like what is the disconnect between the local authorities and them following through with these detainer requests? I don't know. I have experience in process and controls and all of that kind of stuff from a corporate standpoint. And so I know that it can be easy to drop the ball in some ways, but with something as serious as a detainer request, no one should be dropping the ball. Okay? So the purpose of this conversation is to show you where you can get more information about what's going on with these illegal aliens who are coming in here and doing criminal activity. As you can see, there are other stories here. Costa Rican convicted of drug trafficking, gang stuff, just convicted of assaulting Maryland resident, and it goes on and on. And you can see these stories are coming up every day. October 2nd, October 1st, September 30th, September 3rd. September 27th. But the information is out there. And you should not allow the mainstream media to fill your head with a bunch of stories about crime being down, because you can see the evidence that it is not. So from a prepping perspective, with crime rates increasing, it's more important than ever to protect yourself and your family. And so we're just going to look at 5 essential things you can do to enhance your personal safety and security. So number 1, strengthen your home security. install security cameras, motion detectors, smart door locks, use quality door and window locks, and reinforce entry points and deadbolts and security bars. And then you can also create the illusion of occupancy with timers on lights and smart home devices when you're away. And next, you want to stay situationally aware. You got to pay attention to your surroundings when you're in public. Avoid distractions like excessive phone use. I mean, come on, you got to keep your head up at all times. I mean, even when you're sitting at the light, don't be oblivious because the carjackers want to target people just like you. So, and then walking confidently, make eye contact with the people to show you are alert and aware. Okay, so I'm actually recording and I'm live, so you're going to have to be quiet. Next up, you want to create a safe haven in your home. Identify a room with a solid door. Yeah, I know, this is just crazy, right? Here. Identify a room with a solid door that can serve as a safe room in case of a break-in. And keep a phone, flashlight, and personal defense tools in the area. And number 4, have personal defense tools. Use these tools properly. He wants my microphone. This is not cool. Number 5, plan for emergencies. Discuss emergency plans with your family, including what to do in the case of a break-in or other threat. And practice drills so everyone knows their role and how to stay calm under pressure. Implementing these strategies can make a significant difference in your safety and your peace of mind. And if you go to eagleeyeprepping.com, my theme last month was security. So particularly when it comes to firearms. So, if you're not really sure where to start, I have some tips there to help you get started. And just pay attention, y'all. Just don't allow the media to tell you anything. Do your own research. And I think this is really why our country is in such a bad position, is because we've become so comfortable with our lives and we've just let a lot of things happen. But it's really up to